Welcome to All the Gear But No Idea, the South Australian fishing podcast hosted by Rhodey and Diz. The boys will share their tall tales of the one that got away, as well as some regular segments they know all you fishing tragics will enjoy.
G'day and welcome to episode 11 of All the Gear But No Idea, the South Australian fishing podcast. Diz, how are you, mate?
Fantastic, mate. I'll be even better after this.
Oh, that's a good sound.
Great to crack one, isn't it? Welcome, Rhodey. Great to see you again, mate. And it's a pleasure to be on episode 11. Ned McHenry today. What a treat that'll be.
Yeah, Ned is a very enthusiastic young fisherman, came over to the Crows and has got right amongst the local fishing scene, hasn't he?
He certainly has. And Robin will probably be onto me after I've said what a treat after about 30 seconds in, but I'm just running with it today.
So just before we get too far into the episode, on the topic of Ned McHenry, I think we should give a little shout out before we get any further. Ned's good mate, Pat Wilson.
Oh, he's just given us some absolute gold, hasn't he?
Yep, so we're getting Ned on the phone very shortly, but Paddy Wilson has hit us up with some seriously A-grade material, so plenty of banter to be had.
And I reckon Paddy's got a little opportunity, and it's certainly an opportunity for us to get him on the show, I reckon.
Yeah. I think we'll get him on.
All right, let's get into it, Rhodey. Oranges and lemons. What's been happening in the fortnight just gone?
Yeah, so my orange for the week was getting over to Whyalla, getting the wetsuit and the scuba gear on, jumping in the nice warm waters of Point Lowly and diving with the cuttlefish. There was plenty of them. They were big. The weather turned it on. Good visibility. All round good day.
Yeah, you picked the weather, didn't you?
We did. It was beautiful. So yeah, no, it was good. Plenty of cuttlefish. Conditions were great.
Excellent.
Good little trip.
Excellent. All right, well, my orange, the last thing I feel like doing, mate, is pumping up your tyres, but you do rate yourself as a bit of a handyman in the kitchen, don't you?
Not bad.
And you've been toiling away at a sourdough starter. We'll do this in All the Gear But No Idea cooking edition, because that's definitely you. But that sourdough you cooked the other day, top notch.
Yeah,
good
it
gear.
wasn't bad, and I'm not sure you made the... what did we put on that stuff?
Well, I'm not going to let you say Juka because it's not. It's Duka.
But anyway, I think your girlfriend made that, Millie. I'm not sure you had much to do with it, but you might claim it.
Fair. All right, I'm going to hook into my lemon. It's been very ordinary weather on the weekends just gone.
It has, mate. I'm going to agree with you, and that's probably my lemon too, not being able to get out and wet a line. Limited
opportunities, poor weather. We did talk about that quite a bit when the podcast started, but particularly over the last 2 weeks. It's not been good enough to get out in our boat, that is for sure.
And the fog's been amazing, really, hasn't it?
Absolutely amazing.
It's been quite eerie.
It has. All right, Rhodey, we need an update on the merch, mate. I have seen you wandering the Adelaide streets with a lovely looking cap on. Tell the listeners what is en route.
Yes, so friend of the show, Will Swale from One Rundle Trading Co. has got us a sample ahead of time from China.
Yes.
So the caps are on their way, the main order. But yes, we do have a sample. You may have seen it on our little video we posted the other day, but we'll chuck it up on the Instagram again. If you're keen, get in contact and we'll start to take orders. They won't be too far away from hitting our shores.
We're taking pre-orders, aren't we?
We are taking pre-orders.
We're taking them. It's official. ETA. We're talking a couple of weeks, aren't we?
Yeah, it can't be long.
Yeah. I reckon episode 12, maybe episode 13, we've got them on our heads.
For sure.
Fantastic. And the stubby holders?
Yep, Ange, they will be probably here a bit quicker. Ange is getting a second batch, so we sold out the first lot. They went like hotcakes.
We're going to do a little package deal, I reckon.
Yeah, we'll put the heads together on the finances and work out a little price for a little 2-for-1 deal.
There's at least one stubby going Ned McHenry's way. Maybe even Paddy Wilson after the goal.
Mate, I reckon we're giving Paddy Wilson more gear than Ned.
Fair, you might get a cap.
Paddy stitched him up real good.
All right, okay, let's not waste too much time on that, Rhodey. You've been burying your head in the books like you usually do. Let's get into the news. Tell us about the blue swimmer crab and rock lobster plan released from Perza.
Yeah, so this is an interesting announcement by Tim Whetstone, good friend of the show. The blue crab plan has set up some recreational fishing bubbles, they're calling them. So some regional ports between the 1st of December and Easter Monday will be closed to commercial fishers. So they include a lot of the Metro Coast, 2 kilometre radius around boat ramps at Black Point, Ardrossan, Port Vincent and Stansbury. Some areas around Cow, Wallaroo and Moonta over in Spencer Gulf. And there's also some annual closures for the pros around Whyalla, Port Augusta and Port Broughton.
This is interesting, isn't it? Because the pro fishers have agreed to 62 tonnes less.
That's a lot, right? Yeah, I think that's right, mate.
It's pretty amazing, really. And sort of for the southern rock lobster, that's a total commercial cap, which will be in for the next 2 seasons, regardless of number of licenses.
So I think normally the numbers can go up and down a bit based on numbers, but they've locked in that they're not going to increase that over the next 2 years.
Yeah, and they're worthy fisheries, aren't they?
Yeah, $98.2 million is what the southern rock lobster fishery is worth.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
It's a lot of money.
It certainly is. All right, let's move on. The state government, they're asking all anglers to donate salmon frames for research, aren't they?
They are, and I actually rang them up and said, Dizzy's pretty good at catching little babies. And they said, as long as they're of legal size, you can donate them.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be keeping anything under.
So SARDI are looking to gather information on the size, age and reproductive status of the Australian salmon. They want the head, gut and skeleton need to be intact, but you can take the fillets. So what you do, you freeze the frame and you donate that to participating tackle stores between July 1 and September 30. The list can be found on the SARDI website, but there's quite a lot of them all across the state.
Were you burying your head, and did you find our good friend of the show, Let's Go Fishing? Well, shout out to Dan. We need to know. They need to send that in to us, whether they're part of it.
Yeah, we need to know.
Good call.
But the other thing involved in that is there is some prizes from Wilson, Shimano and SA Bait and Tackle Suppliers. So once you put your frame in, you fill out a form and you go in the draw to win some big prizes.
Yeah, fantastic stuff that. And Rody, being the master chef you think you are, same dish, new fish. This is going around, isn't it?
Yeah, so they're pushing that pretty hard, the government. So they're talking about using a wider variety of species for table eating. Mm-hmm. So mulloway, octopus, sardine, sand crab, salmon trout and snook are among the species. So Callum Han, I think he might have got kicked off MasterChef the other night.
Did he?
I think so. I caught a snippet.
I think he was part of that Sprout Cooking Club.
Yeah, he's involved in this, and there's a heap of recipes on the website, on the Purser website, of different ways to cook these fish that maybe you don't think of as the first eating fish that comes to mind.
I don't mind it.
They're just trying to spread the load a bit, take some of the pressure off the whiting, the garfish, the crabs, and the snapper.
I don't mind it. You'll see some good recipes on there. I reckon get around it.
Yeah, I think we've had good mulloway.
Yeah.
Octopus can be really good.
Absolutely.
Salmon trout, very good fish when cooked fresh on the rock at Port Lincoln.
The only rock.
That rock was good.
that was a
good cooking rock.
That was a good cooking rock.
So so certainly if you pick the right species, cook it in the right way, jump on the website, and more fish, omega-3, good for your brain.
Get around it. It's good. And while we were talking about our good friends Let's Go Fishing down at Christie's Beach, they are running a salmon comp. Rody, there's some good prizes there, mate.
There's a lot of prizes there. There's some Akuma gear, there's some line, some hats, some soft plastics, there's a pen combo for the juniors, so there's plenty of prizes there, Diz.
Oh, mate, yeah, it's good. Get down there.
So that runs from the 4th of July to the 31st of July, so take your fish in and they'll get a picture. They're putting them up on their Facebook page. Quite a few big fish coming from Waipinga by the looks.
Yeah, it's a good beach for them, isn't it?
It certainly is.
All right, Rody, tell us about the Happy Valley Reservoir.
So work is underway to open the Happy Valley Reservoir to recreational angling. So I know our good friend Rishi was hot on opening up more reservoirs. So Rishi, shout out to you, mate. They're taking your advice and looking to open up one more.
And that'll be happening hopefully before the end of 2021. So Still a bit of work to do, but I tell you what, 2020's flown past with this COVID business.
It has, and there's some information on the website, and there is some feedback that they're getting about what's important to the public. So jump on there and make sure the fishermen amongst us tell them what we want.
Yeah, fantastic. And this next piece of news we've dug up for you guys is a bit of a non-event given how strongly we've pushed it over social media and our fantastic video of race. But
wake up, Diz.
The licence survey has closed. It closed on Wednesday the 15th of July. We cannot wait for the outcome. I think we're going to be hot onto this.
Yeah, I reckon we'll certainly be getting in contact with, I reckon, a Graham Keegan or a Tim Whetstone, someone with a bit of power, with a bit of knowledge about what's going on. As soon as we can, we will hopefully get the inside goss, but if not, we'll jump on very quickly after the announcement. Yeah,
we have to, and we look forward and we await those results. Next piece of news, Adam Stewart did a post and it was fantastic to see it. He was throwing a bit of support in terms of the survey because he wants to get his shot back up and going, doesn't he?
Yeah, so this is the different survey. This is the Marine Parks survey that we have been encouraging you all to jump on.
Yes, it is.
And he wants to get the Coorong fishing back up and running, get the area looked after a little bit better by the council.
Yep.
And if that happens, he'll open up his shop again.
Yeah, we're fantastic. We're hoping to get him on the show too. I think he's a definite guest which we'd like to line up.
I think we've locked him in, but just the timing will happen at some point.
Fantastic. Well, that's been a good week in news, Rhodey. I like what you've dug up. There's some good stuff in there. We hope you guys enjoyed it, and now is the time.
Yeah, let's get into our guest, Diz. Welcome to the show. Ned McHenry comes from Barwon Heads, drafted in 2018, made his debut for the Crows in round 2 this year, but more importantly, he's a mad keen fisherman. Ned, welcome to the show.
Thank you, boys. Thanks for having me. I'm definitely a full-time fisherman, a bit of a part-time footballer, but I appreciate you boys getting me on. Thank you.
Absolutely, mate, and it's welcome to the show and happy birthday for the other day. How was the birthday up in the hub?
Yeah, mate, it was good. Big 2-0. It's pretty scary, actually. I reckon 18, 19, you still feel pretty young, and then, I don't know about you boys, I hit 20 and started to get a bit spooked, I reckon. But, it was good. It's a good day. The boys got around me, so all good.
Yeah, beautiful. Good to hear, Ned. Now, tell us, we're going to get into our 5 questions. Tell us about your best fish, mate.
Yeah, mate, I was actually having a good think about this. I reckon I've got 2 for you. I don't mean to carry on. I've got the most memorable one, I reckon, was probably we worked really, really hard for a big snapper out of Port Phillip Bay.
Yep.
I know you boys probably, the snapper out of South Australia, it's pretty common to see like 8-9 kilo fish plus. But in Victoria, it's not as common. We're not as lucky as you guys.
Yep.
So we worked pretty hard, probably 2 or 3 nights in Port Phillip Bay, fishing at night in shallow, and had 2 unsuccessful nights. And on the last night, we got the bite, and I think it came in at about 7.6 kilos. So not a huge fish, but that was probably the biggest snapper we pulled out of Port Phillip Bay when we were young, which was really exciting. And the other one was a metre plus barra. So my first metre plus barra out of Cairns on a lure, actually, which was, that was pretty cool as well.
That would have been pretty epic, mate. Did it get airborne, or what was the go?
I did have a bit of fight, actually, yeah. So we were trolling up in Cairns there. I got a couple that were pretty close on live baits, some live mullet up there, but got that one on the lure, and it was good, the barra. I reckon a fish up there that people forget about as well, like the mangrove jack up in Cairns as well, like they go super hard, so I miss actually getting up there and catching barra and mangrove jack.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Is that your favourite thing about fishing, getting out there amongst it, lure fishing, or what's the go?
Yeah, I do like lure fishing. I like bait fishing as well. It's a funny good question. I love fishing. I love those days, and it's cliche. We'll carry on about it. The days when you're with your mates and you prepare a lunch the night before, and you get your sangers ready, and you go out and a good day or a bad day, and you have a couple of frothies after. I don't know, mate. And the boys where I'm from in Geelong are probably similar to you guys, just love their fishing as well, so we all get out together. But I love that. Like, I don't know about you boys, but it's just fun, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly the anticipation and the build up, and the talk between the lads in the lead up is half the fun, I reckon.
It's brilliant, mate. And you don't stop speculating before the day, and it's brilliant. Yeah, and you get to mate. Oh, you get me excited just talking about it. But,
sounds like we've got a lot in common there, Ned.
Mate, you're speaking our language. The amount of times we've driven down the ramp and we were convinced we're going to bag out and we've come home with donuts.
Yeah, mate, it's brilliant when you just line everything up perfectly and just have a sucking day on the
Yes,
fish.
yeah, we've all been there. All right, Ned, what's your first fishing memory or what got you into it, mate?
So first fishing memory, I grew up in the country in Macedon, and we had a dam there on the farm. So we had some redfin in there. I remember I used to go and pluck some worms out of the dirt and have a little cork rig and just, when I was super young, just catch little redfin out of the dam. So I suppose that's probably where it started. And from there I worked up in Cairns and Port Douglas on some charter boats and some commercial boats up there as a little deckhand. I was bloody useless, but I had a lot of fun. So that was probably where it started, man. I know, probably similar to you boys, it just starts, doesn't it? And you just can't stop.
You get hooked. So did you work as a deckhand, did you, Ned?
Yeah, I worked on charter boats up off Port Douglas and just had a ball and learnt a lot as well. So yeah, I used to get up in the morning and walk down to the marina and meet a couple of clients and stuff. It was brilliant. It was really good fun.
And what was that, during school holidays or something?
Yeah, so I used to go up in the school holidays, or if Mum was really nice, I might get a week off school term. So my old man actually lived up in Port Douglas.
Okay.
Yeah, so I used to get up there and it was all fishing, mate. There was no school going on up there, trust me.
That's fantastic. And Ned, your favourite sort of fishing, mate, and why?
Yeah, just talking about the Great Barrier Reef, I think that's probably my favourite. Have you boys fished much there on the reef?
Nah, not me, mate.
No, I've never fished the reef. A couple of the little estuaries up there, but yeah.
Yeah, well, it's just like the reef. There's just so much life and like so much action. You'll see like Spanish mackerel flying out of the air and like tuna busting up everywhere. There's just so much life there. Like it's just every day you just don't know what you're gonna get. And I remember one day we were fanging out in the charter and we were probably maybe about 5k, 6k offshore coming out of Port Douglas. Starting the day, and I thought I saw a dolphin. I thought that's a bit weird. We see that many dolphins out here, and it was a sailfish, just 20-inch sailor, right in the sun. Oh, mate, and I just thought, like, how cool is that? Like, it's just a pretty cool fish up there. So, yeah, up on the reef is probably my favourite. Yeah, well,
we're potentially going up to Port Douglas in a couple of months, pending what happens with COVID. So we might have to hit you up for a recommendation who to take us out then, Ned.
Yeah, bloody oath, mate. Port Douglas is brilliant. Like, there's a lot of good charter operators out there.
Yeah, that'd be great.
They've been going on for a while. Dragon Lady is up there. They do a really good job. But, mate, you'll have a ball. It's so good up there.
Beautiful.
And, Ned, does one of your funniest fishing stories stem from some of those charter boat days, or what's the go there, mate?
Mate, there was a couple of funny stories. I know Mum used to get pretty upset because I was probably started when I was in about year 7 or year 6, and I used to come home and I was working with some blokes that had been fishing for a long time. I used to come home from school holidays with a couple of new words every time. Mum, every school holiday I just got more and more bogans. I had a ball though, mate. One of the good stories, it's not a great story, but I got a mate in Victoria, Charlie Smith. He's a bit of a legend. He loves his fishing too. So we were out there mako fishing one day and we were having a bit of an argument about circle hooks and J hooks on the makos. Anyway, so it's a brilliant story, but long story short, I said J hook, he said circle hook, blah, blah, blah. We ended up going a circle hook. We ended up hooking 2 makos that day and dropped both of them and pretty much didn't speak to him for a week. So I never ever put a circle hook on a shark rig ever again.
Beautiful.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so Ned, you've told us about sort of fishing in Victoria, fishing in Port Douglas, and now moving to SA to play footy. Tell us about what you've found since you've moved over here, particularly in regards to the talk of a fishing licence.
Yeah, mate, it's an interesting discussion, isn't it? From my opinion, personally, I think there's a lot of merit in it.
Yeah.
I think fishermen, we're so passionate about our fishing, and we're so passionate about the environment and the water ecosystem. I think most of us are pretty happy to make that investment. It is a bit of money, but I think if you ask most fishermen, we're the ones that are really keen to see the water, doing really well, and as I say, the ecosystem thriving. So I think a fishing license, the more money we can get into fishing, and whether it's artificial reef or just research, like probably research is the one, isn't it? That's super important. So I think a fishing,
Yeah, I reckon you did right there, Ned. It's great to see some of the stuff they do in Victoria and the other states with the fish licence, and I'm sure you've seen that firsthand, mate, so that'd be great.
Mate, I reckon it's good. And not to have a whinge, but coming over to South Australia, like, the boat ramp fees, what's going on with that, boys?
They go up and up every year, and the facilities never change.
Mate, I go put my boat in at West Beach and pay $15 every time. Yeah. It's the worst ramp in the history of ramps. Mate, it makes me upset. Let's pay a license and get the ramps going. Let's get some floating tables. Anyway.
Yeah. Now we're talking.
We couldn't agree with you anymore, to be fair.
I saw you boys had Shane Mensforth on the most recent episode. I reckon he's one that's pushing for a fishing licence, isn't he?
He is, yeah. He was very passionate for it. He's been pushing that sort of thing in the state for a long time, so good on him.
Yeah.
Mate, tell us about fishing in the Queensland Hub. Have you had a chance to get out? Are you not allowed to do that? What's the go?
So I'm back in Adelaide now. We had the 3 weeks in the hub. Unfortunately, there was no fishing going on. There was a lot of fishing talk amongst the boys, but we didn't actually get to wet a line. Apparently, though, there is some stuff going on in those Gold Coast kind of lakes in there, like the actual resorts.
There is plenty of sharks in there, Ned. We were actually booked up to go, and we've got a mate who plays footy for the Gold Coast, and we were supposed to go up round 1 to watch the Power play the Gold Coast.
Yep.
So I went out and bought a new rod, travel rod that we could fit on the plane. I was all amped up to do some shark fishing in the canals, but COVID hit.
Yeah, mate, it's stuffed everything up, hasn't it?
So anyway, we put the research in.
Yeah, put the research in. Go get them next time.
All right, now you talked about a bit of talk between the boys about the fishing. Who are the keen fishermen, and is there anyone else that would be worth having a chat on the podcast from down at the Crows, Ned?
Mate, there is one bloke who does spring to mind. I reckon he sticks me up a little bit about talking to you boys about getting on the podcast, I think. But there's a man called Patrick Wilson who's at the Crows.
Yeah, we've heard of him.
Mate, he's avid freshwater fisherman. He refuses to touch anything in the salt water. He refuses to come out of my boat in the salt water. Yeah. All he wants to do is hook up his bloody Quintrex tinny, put a swag on, and just go up to the river. But he's caught some good cod and stuff. So he's probably one for freshwater fishing. He's actually really good with that stuff.
We like having a chat about the freshwateries, so we'll keep him on the list, I reckon.
Yeah, you're not wrong, mate. He stitched you up. We did think originally when he reached out that it might have been a stitch up big time, that we just messaged you saying all the gear but no idea. Can you come on and have a chat with us?
Oh dear.
Ned, mate, we have seen some photos of what is no doubt one of the best rigs we've seen. Tell us about the Northbank.
Oh, the Northbank. I was going to say, it definitely wouldn't have been any photos with my shirt off, mate. Some of the highest skin folds at the Crows. Mate, the rig that I am passionate about is the Northbank, you're right. So it's a Northbank 600C, sitting on an Adelaide Easy Tow trailer with a Merc 150. So Garmin electronics and ankle winch and all the works. But mate, I'm so passionate about this boat. I just can't tell you. I came over with a centre console, and then made the move to the Northbank and just couldn't be happier. In terms of application for Victoria fishing, when I go home, I take it out in the bus straight through the heads. Here I get out every day that I can. Like, wind doesn't stop me because I can get out. I've got the cuddy cabin. Yeah. It's got heaps of freeboard, so it's really safe. And mate, it's just a really strong, safe, really good, well-built boat. I'm just stoked.
Yeah, absolutely. I bet you are. They're fantastic boats. I drive down that way to Lonsdale for work most days, and I drive past or go near their factory, and I get very jealous of the boats that are out the front there. We can only dream one day. Mate, I'm interested, the Garmin electronics, are you happy with them? Have you got a radar on board or just the sounder combo?
Yeah, so I've just got the sounder, a 10-inch screen with the 1 kilowatt through-hole transducer. So I don't have a radar yet, but that's probably something I'll look at maybe getting. I haven't really had to use it. I think maybe if I'm doing a bit more tuna fishing and stuff, I'll look into it. But In terms of the transducer, like that's been awesome. I found a massive jump in just clarity with my sounding and in terms of speed and stuff. I'm sounding really well. So, mate, the Garmin electronics are awesome. And the other thing just to touch on as well is the Easy Tow trailer. Like, that trailer is just insane. Like, I'm on Selkie Mad driving up at a right angle and she just corrects herself and pops right up. So, it's literally that dummy proof. Like, even a spud like me, I'll just get it up every time. So, it's bloody good.
We might have to see if it can put Dizzy on the trailer. You've been known to hit it at some funny angles, mate.
That's a stitch up, mate. Who are you talking about Will Latcher? Another mate of ours, he got himself a Triton and he took us down to Marina one time and he was really hesitant in reversing the boat down the trailer for us. I think we spent more time reversing the trailer down than we actually did on the boat in the end. It was so slow, Rody. Would that be fair?
Yeah, definitely fair.
Mate, brilliant. Ned, while we're on at the Northbank, tell us about the design and build process, mate. Were they easy to work with? I'm sure they were.
Oh, mate, it was brilliant. So, as well, for South Australian fish shows, like the factory's here in SA, which is bloody awesome. So, Rob's the man down there, and I went through and spoke to him about what kind of fishing I was hoping on doing. We worked out what the things that I needed to have on the boat were must-haves, and he was so flexible as well. So we worked through, I did all my stainless stuff with rod holders and snapper racks and a custom bent board and stuff like that. And, mate, so the hull really didn't change that much. Obviously, the 600C, I think it's 21-degree dead rise, so it's a good balance between being like a deep V boat, like it handles the chop, but at rest it's also really steady as well. It's not like some of those, really kind of rocky boats at rest. It's got a pretty good balance in that way. So, mate, I just worked through with that, and I'm just stoked. And I really mean that honestly. Like I'm really passionate about boats, but this Northbank is it's a star, mate. It's unreal.
Yeah, beautiful. Now tell us, Ned, since you came over, where have you taken the boat? Where have you been out in South Australia, and where have you had your best trips since you've been over here?
Yeah, so I had a couple of good trips. Locally off West Beach and O'Sully's, we've done okay on the whiting and the squid, just locally. Mate, but I need to talk to you boys about tuna in Victor Harbour because I struggle, mate. I find fish, but I can't turn it into bites. Like, what am I doing? Is it lure size? What's going on?
Mate, you need a hit up Flacky from Troll So Hard Lures. He'll get you on a few good skirts and you'll get amongst them. We have had a bit of luck over the last few years. We're certainly no tuna experts.
You'd have to say we're probably hit and miss.
Yeah.
We have our good days and our bad days.
Stu Ferenczi is an absolute gun, and we chatted with him episode 1, I reckon.
Yeah.
And he was talking sort of 60 or 70 fish. He does a lot of catch and release, but every season, so we can only aspire to him. He's the one to get your tips from, but yeah, we've had a few days where we've struggled getting them on the bite, haven't we, Roddy?
Certainly off Victor, we've found there can be days where there's just so many boats out there that you can't get a school that hasn't been spooked. So I think that plays a bit of a part too. Sorry, Ned, are you there?
Sorry, boys. I'm a bit like Riley O'Brien. I don't know what happened during the week, but I need a new phone. I think I've just gone out of action.
I think the local Telstra outlet should get down to the Crows and they could make a bit of money out of you guys.
Mate, I'm going to tweak the bloody game plan this week so someone gives me a
So yeah, we were just talking about the tuna fishing off KI and just saying that some of those days down at Victor, it can be pretty hit and miss with hundreds of boats out there.
But absolutely.
We've probably had more luck getting over to KI.
Yeah, and is that the kind of south side of KI? Is that where
we've tried off the south side of KI? In your boat, you'd be sweet. Our boat, it was a bit of a struggle. We fished mostly on the north coast, sort of around Stokes Bay and Snelling. So it's similar water to what you'd fish if you launched off the bottom end of Yorks.
Gotcha.
So,
boys, just on that with KI, like apparently I haven't actually been to KI properly yet.
Yeah.
Is that a place that's just a must go to for fishing and just even going there?
Mate, you got to get there. You have to do it. It's an absolute gem, and a week away there with the boys, you'll do very nicely on the fish. And if you get them when the tuna are running, you'll be a very good chance, particularly in your boat, you'll be able to get amongst them for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's definitely a trip that I want to do as soon as possible, especially once all this stuff settles down.
Yeah, we do a trip. We do sort of 9 or 10 days every January, book it in. Sort of the one trip of the year that we tend to not miss out on no matter what. So it's certainly, I think it's probably the best fishing in the state. It's got a bit of everything.
And big whiting too?
Yeah, we have never killed it on the whiting, but they certainly come in and you can get, your 10 or 12 whiting in quick succession and good size.
Yeah, Yeah, brilliant.
We were talking in the last few episodes of people bagging out off the Kingscote jetty. So in the winter they come in and they smash them over there.
Well, yeah, if you're bagging out and winding off the jetty, mate, you know it's a pretty good fishery. Far out.
Absolutely. You're not wrong.
Yeah. So now you played footy down at Barwon Heads, Ned, which is not too far away from Moggs Creek, where Paddy Dangerfield comes. Is that true?
That is true.
So he seems to be the king of the AFL fishing scene in Victoria.
Oh, Paddy's the man, mate. He's the absolute man, and he's got a new Northbank on the way too. So he's just he's loving that. But yeah, he's from Tino's fishing, isn't he? And down at Moggs Creek, mate. Yeah, beautiful down there.
So who's the better fisherman, mate?
Oh dear, I got in trouble saying this. Paddy would say he's a better fisherman. Paddy's best mate's with a bloke called Aaron Habgood. I don't know if you've heard
that's
of
his
him,
mate
Red.
from the podcast, isn't it?
Oh, mate, from Real Adventures.
Yeah.
That bloke, Red, is just a gun. Like, just an absolute guru. So, Paddy might say he's a good fisherman, but trust me, he's getting GPS marks and he's getting them through on the phone, and that's how he's finding his fish, trust me.
So basically what you're telling us is he's an average fisherman with a good fishing mate, and you're better than him.
Absolutely, mate. I don't have the best buddy fisherman in Victoria right on my contacts list.
We might chuck that on Instagram and see what Paddy Dangerfield's got to say.
Oh dear.
I reckon his mate runs the Salt Guide sort of page off out of Victoria there, and gives away a few GPS marks if you remember. We looked at his boat not long ago, right?
Yes, we did. It was a nice boat.
That came over here to South Australia. He's an absolute gun fisherman, you're not wrong. And we wish we had someone in our back pocket like that to get a few GPS marks.
Mate, bloody oath. And I actually chatted to those boys about the Salt Guide and spoke to them about when they might look at expanding that through to Adelaide. So that'd be exciting, mate, because I think there's a lot of merit in that. Like, I think a lot of people are really enjoying Salt Guide in Victoria, so it could be something to look at.
We might need sorry to cut you off, Ned. We might do a collab, mate. you, us, Salt Guide SA edition.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, I don't want anyone subscribing to me. Go on, I catch any fish.
Now, Ned, we heard you have been involved in a fishing competition over at Wallaroo. I think it was organised by Northbank Boats, was it?
It was, yeah. We had a great day out there.
Yeah,
it was brilliant. We went with the physio from the club, Timmy Cook, and took my big mate Riley O'Brien to rock me out as well. So
yeah, and how'd you go on the fish?
We went okay on the fish. It was super rough. It was super rough out. When I say okay, we did pretty crap. We got a couple of lighting early and then headed in pretty close and got some squid. We ended up getting, I think, 10 or 12 squid and a couple of whiting. So, yeah, pretty quiet, mate.
That'd be a serious day out with some serious boats, I bet, Ned.
Oh, mate, there was some candy there in the at the boat ramp at the start. They were lining up some of the 750s and stuff, and I was getting pretty pumped. But that's another great thing about Northbank as well. Like, Rob organises events like that all the time, so blokes can come and look at boats and like-minded guys assist together. It's a bit of a community. Like, there's a lot of Northbank owners that are constantly on the Facebook page, and everyone loves their boats, mate. Everyone swears by them.
Absolutely. And, mate, if you're anything like us, the tackle store owners start rubbing their hands together when we walk in. Tell us about your go-to in the fishing gear department. What are you, Daiwa man, Shimano? What's the go?
Oh, I thought you might have. Someone might have spoken to you about my obsession with that bloke. I think that might have been a bit of a lead, but mate, I'm pretty passionate about fishing gear.
Yeah,
you guys are too. I'm probably a Shimano man. I reckon I've got a little bit of Daiwa gear, but I'm a pretty Shimano man. I reckon, and I spend a bit of money on gear, but some of the cheaper Shimano stuff I reckon is unreal. Because with whiting fishing and stuff, like it's really good stuff. So probably Shimano man, but I go in and see a fellow called Jamie that knows tackle world. We talk about fishing all day, mate. He's a legend.
Now, so Ned, is there any truth at all to the rumour that you have 70 fishing rods and haven't caught anything over 45 centimetres in South Australia?
Mate, that's a ridiculous claim. Is this Paddy Wilson?
No, just anonymous sources.
Content. Oh, that bloke is out of control. Look, there might...
Just, mate.
Do I have to answer? Is
No, just leave that.
You can humbly decline to answer.
No, it's not true at all, actually. Paddy.
I just keep this in mind when we get Paddy Wilson on the show. We'll hit you up and you can have a bit of a go at him too.
That's right. It's your chance to get back at him, mate.
Yeah, buddy, I'm going to line him up with everything I've got. Perfect.
All right. Well, while we're on a bit of a roll, we might as well keep going. Did you ever pour some petrol into the rod holder instead of the fuel tank?
You please have every single piece of information about me, don't you? You haven't missed anything.
No, we've got one more to go.
No, he hasn't missed. He's done a number on you.
Oh, mate, this is actually a good story. If you've got 30 seconds,
yeah, go for it.
So, I'm with a mate who's come over from Victoria, beautiful boat, big Haines, and we're going to go and smash the tuna at Victor.
Yeah.
So we get there pretty early in the morning. We're at the servo, all's good, all organised. It's my day off from footy, so I'm pretty pumped. Yeah. And anyway, so the fuel's going in. We reckon we've probably got, we've probably got about 100 litres that we want to put in. We get to the Bowser. The Bowser's reading about $420. I look at him and go, God, that's a bit weird. That's taking a bit more than usual. Anyway, all good. Keeps going. It's about $480 now. No worries at all. I look at him and I go, oh, you got dual tanks in this bad boy. He goes, no, I don't have dual tanks at all. I go, oh, what are you putting the fuel in? He looks down. Mate, he's got the fuel nozzle in the rod holder. He's filled the whole boat full of petrol. It's coming out of the back bung. Mate, Victor Harbour is ankle deep. We look at each other and go, oh, shit, mate. Just something down, sorting that. But we ended up cleaning it up and actually went out. We got out in the afternoon, not for long, but it was a disaster, mate. Absolute disaster.
Sounds like it.
Absolutely, mate. We were down at Victor Harbour during the tuna season, and you know what the ramp boat, like the wait times at the ramp are like down there.
Yeah.
And mate, one of these blokes has got his bar crusher in the water, and there's probably about 3 or 4 blokes in front of him, and down comes running old mate Steve. He's yelling out, Steve, you forgot the bung! You forgot the bung!
No.
So he's been a mad rush to try and get the boat back out of the water and drain her and get out on the fish. So you're not the only one, mate. We've certainly made a fool of ourselves a couple of occasions.
That wasn't us, though. We weren't mates with Steve. No.
Just witnesses.
Yeah.
Steve, God.
That's right.
All right, last one I've got for you, Ned. This is another Paddy Wilson special.
Oh, mate, this is unbelievable.
I had to go with it. We've only got one more. Did you used to run laps up and down the charter boat on overnight trips to keep the footy fitness up, Ned?
All right, so this is another just crap story. Like,
should we record this and send it to the Crows fitness bloke too?
No, they won't be happy with it, mate, 'cause there's no way I'm hitting requirements. But I'm boring the hell out of you listeners with these crappy stories. But
No, we're loving them.
I was in under 18s footy, and so obviously you've got to be pretty strict with your training. And I train reasonably hard, so I like running and everything. But I also like going on, extended fishing trips.
Yes.
So if you're out there out of the Great Barrier Reef, mate, like there's not a lot you can do. So if you hit your K, sometimes you got to wake up in the morning and start on the back deck, mate, and work your way up to the up to the bow, and come back to the deck and do that for bloody half an hour or so. That's all you can do.
Absolutely, mate. That's a fantastic story. And Paddy's been very kind to us to give us a bit of material for the episode, but we will be sure to let you return serve, I reckon.
Mate, I'm going to need to do that. He's a bloody private investigator. He's got everything on me, that bloke.
Absolutely. Ned, you have been a fantastic guest, mate. Your passion is very obvious in the way you speak about fishing, and a true champion of the, SA fishing scene before long. I'm sure you'll be smashing the tuna and later in the year and everything in between, mate. Thank you very much for coming on the show.
No, boys, thank you so much for having me. It was, it was bloody good to chat.
All right, mate. Thanks
Beautiful.
again.
Thanks, Ned. Thanks very much for joining us, Ned McHenry. Diz, he was a great guest.
He was. He had some great banter, and you could just tell by the way he talks about fishing, he's a passionate man, isn't he?
Certainly is, and it's good to get blokes like that in the state, get them involved in the fishing industry.
Absolutely. It's fantastic. He was really good, and it's time now, Rody, for the fishing report. Let's get into it. We're going to go around the state and let the listeners know where they're biting well. We are seeing plenty of whiting reports still out of Metro and a bit further down south at Normanville. doing very well. Rhodey, we've had a couple of good days off Normanville.
Yeah, we've never got the bag down there, but we have been down, picked off a few on the white holes. We've never really not got squid in close around the marina at Warina.
Yes.
So that is always a good little stop on the way home from your whiting fishing, isn't it?
Absolutely it is. And they've been getting some big hoods down at Stansbury, Woolbay Jetty and Stenhouse Bay. They're pretty classic spots down the bottom end of the York Peninsula. What's the go-to? You reckon the black lure or the...
Well, isn't the theory you go the dark lure in the dark conditions, I think?
Yeah, I mean, we've heard about your favourite. It's obvious. Redhead, white body, redhead, whatever your bloody go-to is, mate. But
it's one of those things when you've got the best, just stop looking.
Fair enough. Okay, and the salmon down at Daly Heads and Browns Beach. I think they're biting pretty well down there. We've had a couple of good days. Extended stay down as a young tacker, year 9, takes us down there, flicking a few lures.
Yeah, they were exciting fish to catch as a youngster, weren't they?
Oh, absolutely.
And there's some big size ones getting around at the moment by the looks.
Yeah, for sure. And I've seen some photos floating around on Facebook and the likes of some big Sambos being caught off Coffins and Lincoln.
Yeah, look, I've never caught a Samson fish, but it's certainly a real bucket list sort of catch, isn't it?
Juzzo's uncle that day was talking a big game of how well he did on the Sambos and the Kiggies jigging for him.
Certainly didn't put us onto him though, did he?
Nah, he didn't, but I don't think that was the target species for the day, and I'd love to do that. That's on the bucket list.
Certainly is.
The Murdochs, they tend to do well all the time.
Yeah, I ran into Ned the other day, did banter him about leaving some fish for the rest of us, but not sure they take that advice, do they?
Any danger in taking us out? Anyway,
and where you saw some fish at Pondy, fair few whiting?
Yeah, another fella on Instagram. Hey, and he launches his boat down there quite a bit, and he did very well on the whiting.
Do you know where he went? Was he in the bay, or where did he go around there?
He was out of the bay.
He ventures far and wide, does he?
He does. He's got a nice boat. And, Rhodey, the barrels, they're firing again, mate.
Yeah, I haven't seen as many reports, but I've been a bit busy, mate. You've been seeing them, haven't you?
I have seen them start to fire up again. I've seen quite a few photos of things.
And are they still hitting the troll so hard lures?
Oh, absolutely, mate.
Why wouldn't they, really?
Yeah, it is.
If I was a fish, I'd take one of them.
Oh, absolutely would. I reckon we need to do a bit of a collab with Ned.
Yep.
Ned, Flacky, us, live podcast out chasing barrel. Thoughts?
I'm up for it.
Alright, let's do it. We'll get Flacky on some latest innovations in the Troll So Hard lure department.
The only issue here is Flacky's got the know-how and the lures. Ned's got the boat, and what have we got?
I thought you were about to say Ned doesn't have the know-how.
No, I just want to know what we've got, mate. What are we bringing to the table?
We're bringing the podcast to the table,
yeah,
mate.
Okay. All right, we'll make it up.
A bit of free promo. Mate, on the freshwater division, not long till the cod closure, is it?
Yeah, July 31.
So you've got to get amongst it now, haven't you?
You do. Get
Rhodey, I just want to touch on this, mate. Tell us about your best cod catch.
Are we talking in the river or in
Here we go.
In the private catchment?
In the river or in the what? In the fish tank?
It wasn't a fish tank, mate.
It was a large holding tank.
It was a dam on a private property, all right?
No, you just.
And I've talked enough about this.
You channeled this cod into a little corner. It was bullying in terms of cod catching, is what I'd call it. It was disgraceful, but it is a nice photo. Took it on the rat lure, did it?
Yep, it did.
That would have been a
bloody exciting, mate.
That would have been a
Just on that, how many cod have you ever caught?
I'm not. I don't profess to be a cod master like you. Your old man did well on the cod as a young fella, didn't he?
Oh, he thinks he did. Haven't seen that many photos to back it up, but you know how dads can sort of get a little bit carried away with their own ability.
Absolutely, I do.
I think his grandpa, my great grandpa, used to catch a lot of big cod. I have seen photos of them, so there is some cod fishing ability in the genes.
Yeah. What did it just jump, Pete?
Must have. No, I'm sure he caught a few as a young fella.
Very good. Well, that wraps up the fishing report. It's been a good episode, hasn't it, mate?
It really has. And I think another positive to come out of the episode, we found another guest.
We have.
If Paddy Wilson's chat on the podcast is half as good as his ability to sling a bit of banter at Ned, I think he'll be a must-listen episode in the future.
It gives Ned a really good opportunity just to return serve.
Yeah, and that's what we're all about, really, isn't it?
We like that. We really do. And I think there's going to be some skeletons in the closet, as they say, which Ned's going to have to dig out on Paddy.
Perfect.
and we can't wait. So that's a shout out to you, Paddy. You're on notice now, mate. We're going to be on the show.
All right, what about the socials? Diz, what's been happening?
Tim Crisp, fan of the show. He's been getting onto us on Facebook.
He is. What else does he like?
He likes, of all things, your weed burner.
So we'll just tell you about this weed burner. So what you do, you nip into Bunnings. It's just next to the welders. It is a propane flamethrower, and it'll do a dead set job on your weed. So just a little plug. I'm not sure who makes it, but Bunnings stock them. And for all those keen gardeners out there, put the Roundup in the bin. Don't get your hands dirty. Just burn them.
What did Bill Sando think of this?
Oh, he had some theory that Roundup's more bloody cost efficient and how many hectares he can do with Roundup. But Bill, we're not on a farm, mate.
Not sure we'll listen to him though, to be fair.
The other thing about Roundup, when you're in amongst the lettuces, there's a big risk that you get a bit of Roundup on your fruit, on your veggies, your fruit, whatever it is.
Doesn't sort of suit your organic lifestyle, does it?
No, I just want to be able to eat my rocket, my chilies, I got some good bok choy crop at the moment, so I don't want to get Roundup all over them.
Might be able to do an all the gear but no idea gardening edition.
Geez, that'd be a hit, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. All right, Ned McHenry, obviously fan of the show and really appreciate his engagement on the socials.
Yes, he's been sharing a bit of gear on the socials, so good of Ned to get involved. We love it when the guests banter us and, get involved on the socials.
I think, to be fair, Ned had a real opportunity to whack us about our video that was exceptionally cringeworthy that went up recently. Your thoughts?
Yeah, look, I've been copping it pretty sweet about that video, so I've just about had enough of it.
And the screenshot that has come up on Facebook, your face is just...
It's not good.
It's good. It's priceless gear.
The thing is, we knew we were going to cop it, and we actually started a little timer for how long before Bill sent an abusive message, and he didn't fail. He hit us.
He did. He came in under the 1 minute mark.
Yeah, it was quick. It was bloody quick, Bill, so well done. We know that not much farming's happening in the Clare Valley because Bill is sitting on his phone waiting for any videos or social media work from All the Gear, but no idea.
Yeah, it's sad, isn't it? And look, just to shout out more broadly, 2,000 downloads.
Cheers, boys.
Love your work.
Kicking goals.
And that wraps up that segment. Let's get into the joke. I'm worried about this, as I always am when it comes to the joke segment, because they're usually ordinary.
All right, now
I've
got a confession to make. I wasn't that organised. I've been doing a last minute scram, but I have come up with some gold. It's pretty good this week. I'm happy to talk it up. Do you reckon it's better than your riddles that I get in about 1 second?
I don't know. I've got to do some homework on the riddles.
You got to hit me with something a bit harder. But anyway,
It's hard to find a fishing riddle.
It's just hard to find a riddle that I can't answer full stop.
Nah, I could find some riddles easy that you can't answer. It's just hard to get them fishing related. All right, come on. No more stuffing around. Get in the joke.
Righto, Diz and listeners. Why do sharks live in salt water? Because pepper makes them sneeze.
That is horrible.
That got a good chuckle there, guys.
That is horrible. All right, well, that finishes today's episode.
Finished on a high note, didn't it?
Yeah, questionable. Ned was a fantastic guest, and we got some great insights into his fishing journey, didn't we?
Yep, we did.
That was good. So thanks very much for listening.
Keep your eyes out on our Facebook, our Instagram. We'll be sure to let you know any news about the outcome of the recreational licence survey and what is to come of that. That'll be the hot topic of discussion coming forward.
Absolutely. Give us a like and share us on Facebook or you can find us on all the podcast apps as well. Cheers,
Thanks
guys.
for listening, guys.
Rhodey and Diz hope you enjoyed today's episode of All the Gear But No Idea. Keep up to date by liking and sharing us on Facebook and Instagram. And you can subscribe on all the major podcast platforms. Until next time, good luck fishing.